Hello and welcome to Two Therapists and a Microphone. I am Dr. Harrison Davis.
And I'm Dr. Aisha Dickerson.
Two Therapists and a Microphone is a show about mental health, relationships, and social issues that personally affect you. We broadcast live every Monday evening at 7 o'clock p.m. on the Our Black Media Network.
We are two licensed psychotherapists with decades of experience, and we still want to hear from you all. We want to know about the situations and dilemmas that you might be going through. So please send us your questions by visiting www.twotherapist.com and click on Ask Two Therapists at the top of the page.
Absolutely, because you would want to hear from two licensed, trained therapists out there, and I believe the new term is master therapists.
Yes, two master therapists.
So this is July 2023. Hope you had a great 4th of July weekend or week, Dr. Aisha. I know I did.
I did too.
I survived it.
It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot, but I was determined to have a fun time for the holiday. So I survived it. So July is also National BIPOC Mental Health Awareness Month, and that's a new term that I learned about a year ago. Black and Indigenous people of color, which is replacing minority here. And I just want to shout out to all the clinicians out there who help Black folks and brown people and other groups to overcome any challenges out there. And this month we're going to try to highlight some of those issues in the Black community.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of presentations. I know Essence Fest was in July. Well, I guess 4th of July weekend as well, and they had a whole mental health section. I saw quite a few people we know, Harrison, who were there speaking, which I was really excited about because they're actually talking to therapists and not people who feel like they can coach. So when I see an LPC, I'm like, okay, now they actually want to make a difference. They don't want to just have people there talking. So I was excited about that at Essence Fest.
I'm excited too that they got some licensed folks. You know, I've encountered a few people who informed me that they are life coaches, and I just asked them about their credentials. You know me, and found out they took a weekend course. And I just want to leave that right there.
Well, I want to take the weekend course too. Maybe I can call myself a life coach too. Maybe it's marketable.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell my 13-year-old daughter to call herself.
And mine too. They can take it together and they can start them a young teen coaching business.
Absolutely. I like to start them off early. So today we're going to talk about relationship issues. That's a hot topic. And a recent incident that took place that's really hot on the internet these days. And I saw a few shows about it. You may have to help me out with a few things.
Okay.
Dr. Aisha, you know,
I'll tell you what I can. I try.
I'm not hip anymore, and I don't even try to hide it. But it's about Keke Palmer, and she went to the Usher concert in Las Vegas. That's Usher. And let me play a clip to give you guys an idea of what actually happened. Give me 1 second, and then we're going to talk about relationships and roles and expectations. And add that to the screen. There we go. And let me hit play. Can you hear it?
Yes.
Keke Palmer's partner, Darius Jackson, shames her for wearing a see-through outfit to an Usher concert.
Oh my gosh, come on, let's talk about it.
Keke hit up Usher's Las Vegas residency show on the 4th of July, rocking a sheer black dress over a matching thong bodysuit for the occasion.
It was such a great experience for me.
Yeah, but Darius didn't seem to be a fan of the sexy fit, retweeting a viral video of the singer serenading Keke in the audience to his track, There Goes My Baby, and writing, "It's the outfit though. You a mom." Of course, Kiki and Darius welcomed their first child together, a son named Leotis, in February.
What has been your favorite part so far of motherhood?
You know, I think it's our mornings. It's our mornings, our alone time together. You know what I'm saying? He's laughing, he's smiling, and he's a little sleepy, so I don't have to hear him cries. You know, it's just a little bit of everything.
As for that tweet, Darius doubled down in a separate post, writing, "We live in a generation where a man of the family doesn't want the wife and mother to his kids to showcase booty cheeks to please others, and he gets told how much of a hater he is." "This is my family and my representation. I have standards and morals to what I believe." Kiki has not publicly addressed Darius's comments, but as of Thursday, they're not following each other on Instagram. Meanwhile, the Nope actress is proud of her fit, sharing a closer look at her see-through number and writing that she wished she had taken more pics, but they were running late.
You already know.
Kiki also praised Usher's performance, calling it so fabulous. And while Darius and Kiki might not be seeing eye to eye now, back in April, she told ET she loves watching her man become a dad.
He's just so attentive. I guess that's what you want all fathers to be, but it's even more than I expected it. I just really am grateful to have such an amazing partner to do this with. But I think that is obviously why.
All right. So that was a lot in that little segment.
Yeah.
I don't really know Kiki Palmer. I think I remember her in a movie years ago, Leela and the Bee, about a little girl in the spelling bee.
That was like her first really famous role, but she's been in a lot since then.
Okay.
You know, like I say we've watched her grow up, but she's about my age, so we grew up together. So Kiki is like, you know, it's like my cousin. You know, that I don't know about, and she don't know about me, but as brown skinned black girls of a certain age, and hearing her talk, I feel connected to her. Like we have a lot of similarities.
A lot of sisters are connecting with her. Like I mentioned, I don't know her. I just haven't kept up with her. I know she's an actress, and she was on a talk show. She was a host.
And she can
something.
sing and she can dance.
Found
Like
out.
she can do it all.
And let me tell you, her body looks nice. I have to give her props. I didn't know she recently had a baby, you know, but she looks nice. But there is an issue, and I want to get your thoughts about this first, about what you heard, and her on the segment. It said her partner Darius, I think is his name, has deleted his Instagram or Twitter account where he made the comments.
Oh no, it's back.
It's back. Okay, you know more than I do.
Yeah, I keep up with it because you know, I like to be in the mix.
So what's your take on that? Because people were attacking him, and now some individuals are coming to his rescue.
I think that for me, it has nothing to do with either of them being celebrities. For me, if you're in a relationship and you have an issue with something your partner does, you address it directly with your partner. Okay. I don't know if that was his first time seeing the outfit, but I mean, if it was, say, send her a message. Hey, what's going on with this outfit? The biggest issue for me is the public, not shaming, because it might be shaming, but it's the public discussion of it. Like it's social media. Keep your business off social media.
Yeah, so I hear what you're saying. That I'm with you on that. But this is a new generation, and we've talked about this before. And everybody, they put things on social media, and they reveal a lot. And so he did. Somebody said, "Wow, yeah." He put it out there in the public, and I think that has become the norm. He scolded her,
right?
But you're saying, I'm with you, that perhaps that should have been a private conversation between them two. With that, however, what did you think about the comments he made?
Well, he doubled down with, to me, using the wrong terms. His family. Okay, I get the baby, and you may consider Kiki your family too, but the truth is that she's not your wife. And she ain't your wife. She is your partner. And that's
They use
actually
that term.
it's one of the reasons that a lot of people won't get legally attached to somebody, because what comes with that? At this point, if you don't like what she wore and she didn't like your comments, y'all could just walk away from each other. You don't have to discuss anything. You could go ahead and put it on social media all you want to, because you have nothing to lose and she has nothing to lose.
And they are in
besides
a
a daily.
relationship. My understanding, they used the term partner, and
Yes.
he was obviously offended by her actions. I'm gonna put it that way.
But he said it, he came at her like, how dare my wife be out there showing her booty cheeks? She
Yeah.
ain't your wife. She is your baby mama that
So
you
you saying
still
because he didn't put a ring on it, he doesn't have a say so in what she
Beyonce
wears?
said if you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. Beyonce
Now,
said it.
now they had a baby together. You know, I hear what you're saying. So you're saying that he has no authority over how she dresses or how she acts in public, although they have a baby together and
Mhm.
and they're in a partnership, because he didn't put a ring on. He's not married to her.
No man owns a woman, but you sure don't have, you sure lose a lot of stake without some type of commitment. Unfortunately, a child is not a commitment to a woman. It's a commitment to the child. You have
Yeah,
a new commitment, but it's not a commitment to that woman.
gotcha. She
And so
acknowledged that
she
he was
has
a
a lot
great
of freedom.
father.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that part.
And
Okay,
she
we
said it's been a joy watching him grow as a father, and she's happy that she has someone to do this parenting thing with. Period. She says he's a great parent. She didn't say he
she
was a
did.
wonderful partner, that she loves him. Well, she did tweet, because I looked at her tweets too. All I have to say is I love my man.
Okay, okay. So
She
yeah,
did tweet
I did a little research on it before. I heard through the internet grapevine that they were actually still together and in a committed relationship. So we agreed on that first part. Perhaps he
that.
should have had a private conversation with her.
Well, and then they both unfollowed each other on social media, and I'm not sure exactly what that fixes.
Yeah,
When I mean, period, and not just for celebrities, but there are a lot of couples who are like, well, I'm not going to let you follow me, and I'm not going to follow you, and we can stay out of each other's business like that. That's not how that works. People are going to screenshot it, and they're going to send you pictures. Other
yeah,
people are going to
absolutely.
talk about it. You're going to know everything that they do on social media. You just won't know as quickly as you would have otherwise, even if
Yeah,
they block you.
yeah.
So
So
the key is not to stop following each other. The key is to stop putting your business on social media. The key for him would be to grow up, because that was so immature.
oh, okay. So here's where we have the divergent paths, with that. But I do encourage people to handle those disputes with your partner privately, instead of involving the rest of the world. I think that might be great. However, the question that I have, it sounds like Brother Man, is he black? I don't know.
I believe he is. I think he's biracial.
Okay, so Brother Man, he felt a little bit disrespected,
Mhm.
and the question that I was thinking about, she went on stage, had a great time wearing this outfit. Did they not check with each other about what she was going to wear or behavior? Were there ever any rules established about what you're going to do when you go out without me? And how did she honor him as her partner by revealing so much? I'm part of a different generation. I think she's
Mhm.
hot, but do you have to show your ass cheeks?
Mhm.
And I'm just not used to seeing a dress like that. It actually looks like she was going to the beach, and she put on a mesh looking cover up and said, I'm gonna go to the concert instead. Look great, sister.
Go to the concert instead.
With your bikini and your mesh cover up.
I thought it was cute. I
It
mean,
looks great. She looks
it
great.
couldn't be me. I mean, maybe if it had a little more coverage in the back. I think it was the thong that set it off.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
if it
throwing
had
it
just
now.
been really more, just at least covered half of each cheek, he might have had such a big problem with it.
Yeah. But how does
But
she honor her relationship with
well, so that's
Darius?
the thing.
That's the question I'm asking.
we don't know what boundaries they have set, and this may be one of those times when they need to sit down. And it feels like we're talking about boundaries a lot lately every time
We
we come
have.
on here. But it may be time for them to sit down and establish what their boundaries are with each other.
I agree, because something was obviously crossed. He was surprised. Perhaps he didn't respond in the most mature way. Perhaps he could have shared that information with her privately. However, he let her know how he felt instead of holding it in or lashing out at her when they're having a conversation or something. However, I'm gonna have to I guess I can understand the brother a little bit more.
Yeah. Tell me, what are your thoughts? Yeah, from a male perspective, because I've heard a few. Well, I've seen rather a few male perspectives. What do you think, Harrison?
So if they're in a committed relationship, perhaps they could have had these conversations, like you said, right up front, but something wasn't communicated. So I don't know the quality of that relationship. He wasn't aware of what she was wearing. Even when I know people who've gone to the Usher concert and they're married, and they already have some established rules about behavior, and they're not going to embarrass their spouse. However, they are married.
Right.
There are 2 rings, one on his finger and her finger, and
3.
so
She probably has 2 on hers.
That's right. But yeah, they didn't do anything to dishonor their relationship or embarrass their spouse. They had a great time. I don't think Kiki and Darius had that conversation and where their relationship stands, and how they're going to protect each other. And like you said, they're not married. I don't know if it's really a relationship, to be honest with you.
Well, and so there are other things that are going through my mind, like not just have you seen the dress, but do you ever let your woman know what you think she looks nice in, what you would like to see her in? The best way to do that is to purchase the dress for her. I have a friend who we were just talking about this weekend, because I love the picture and what she had on for her birthday. And I told her, I got to come shop in your closet. And she said, well, I have a personal shopper, and she tagged her husband. He knows what he likes to see her in, what he wouldn't want to see her in. And just in case she's confused, he buys the dresses for her. And then it's like, look, I love you. I think you look great in this, so I bought it for you. It's the best way.
I like that policy. I like that policy, or even going together, making it a fun little date. Ideally you're going out together, but even if you aren't, here's what I'm going to do to help you to ensure, that you're representing us, in an appropriate way. I think that's a great idea. I think there are already some red flags in that relationship with Darius and Kiki.
100%. I think that when you, and what people are calling publicly shame someone, it is, if not 100%, is verging on abuse. It's just like snatching her up in the club when she's talking to somebody.
You think so?
Yeah.
It was that harsh?
To me, you are virtually snatching her up. Don't you talk to that man, or don't you, what you got on, and you dragging her out the club. That's what it feels like to me when I read that.
Whereas I saw him expressing his disappointment and how
he supposedly has a brother that he's very close to. Express it to your brother.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, he let her know he was disappointed with the outfit, and he mentioned morals and statements about today's, I guess, hip hop young people, and he was attacked for expressing his morals and things like that. I was surprised by the reaction, and he actually sort of asked, what is wrong with the man in the head of the household letting his woman know, that he how she should dress, and she shouldn't show her ass cheeks in public. He was expressing his morals. I'm just was hoping he had that discussion before the Usher concert.
Well, that's the thing. Like, is this the first time y'all talked about morals and expectations? And also, like, she didn't make out with Usher. They rocked back and forth, that she sang some of the song.
Yeah, but he pointed out, but when she turned around, she showed that ass.
She did. But she wasn't naked. I mean, not to diminish or dismiss his feelings, but she could have had on something much worse. Like, did you watch the BET Awards?
I avoided
was,
that.
she was very classy when compared to a lot of what I saw
Okay.
there.
So she was tamed. The outfit was tamed.
There we go. I
compared-
like that. Tamed, pulled in tight. It was a whole one piece, and then the see-through part over it.
Yeah, the beach cover up.
Yeah. Right.
So the other question that popped up before we move on to talk about relationships and how to avoid situations like this, is it he called her out because she's a mom, and is it okay for a mom to go out with that type of outfit in public who has a man at home? And do things like that. That's the other question. I don't know how to answer that. I just want to hear what are your thoughts about it. I don't know.
100% yes. She is a mom, and let's be really real. She is a single mom. Okay.
You think so?
So yes,
she may be single now.
Well, she's not married.
Okay.
So she is a single mother. And so I do know that there's a lot where you have to get your confidence back a lot of times after you have a child.
Yeah.
I'm sure there were some cinching parts to that outfit that helped pull her in real tight. And she felt like, okay, maybe I haven't felt sexy in a while. I feel sexy now. I want her to have, and she could be experiencing postpartum depression instead. This is a much better scenario
to lift her mood. Okay. I saw comments like that. And I don't know, like I said, I don't know how to answer that. I don't know, she was comfortable wearing the outfit.
I mean, being a mom is just not a reason. It's not like the moms of the 80s. You want this woman walking around.
So that's what I'm stuck on, prior to the internet.
Some cats and some capri pants and a button-up collared shirt.
I've met some grandmothers who dress like that. Okay. And I'm not talking about in their 60s. However, it goes back to the relationship and whatever conversations they had and how they're going to honor each other. He seemed awfully surprised, and I was surprised.
That was my biggest thing. Like, y'all did FaceTime before you went out, or babe, how you like my outfit? How much do y'all communicate?
I was thinking the same thing. Like before, call them up. Hey, I'm about to go out. What do you think? How I look? What do you think about this outfit? I was thinking, didn't you guys do that, or was he back at home with the baby?
But still, like, you didn't send him any pictures from the concert. I mean, I know when I've been in a relationship, I've sent pictures from the night or checked. I mean, he was like blindsided and so appalled that I have to post about this on seeing this on Twitter is my first time seeing it, and I'm going to post about it right now because I'm so upset with you that I can't hold it in. I want the world to know I'm upset with you. I'm going to blow this whole relationship up and forget that you're a mom, but also forget that I'm a dad. I mean, like, by posting, it's just for you think that the issue is she's embarrassing as a mom, but you think it's okay for you to post about your baby's mama on Twitter. And I talk to a lot of guys about that all the time. Like, if you want to be a good father, respect your kids' mother. Don't talk bad about her in front of the kids. Don't talk bad about her in public. Because now it's on the internet. The kid is going to be able to see what you said about his mama later.
Away, regardless of what you delete. But we're in we have an internet culture now. Mm-hmm. Well, social media is here to stay. And I just remember when we didn't have the internet. So
I do too.
But
probably not as well as you do, but I remember.
Yeah, I believe it was a mistake, like you mentioned, for him to take that public. And perhaps she should have just checked with them. If
he hasn't deleted it. He is like, I said what I said is there.
Yeah,
now his pride won't let him.
I respect his comments. It's just I would not, if he was my client, I would not have encouraged him to go public with it. But like you said, he was outraged about that. And something new came up when I was doing my research on this topic. Is there a double standard? Chance the Rapper recently had a video come out
I saw
of
that.
of him and some type of carnival, because it
Yeah.
looks like a Caribbean carnival thing. He was dancing behind one of the dancers. Her butt cheeks were out,
Hmm.
and he was grinding her. I think his shirt was off,
Hmm.
and I believe he's married.
Okay.
And people were making comments about shame on him for embarrassing his wife. Now he is married.
Who says she's embarrassed? The problem are still here is what are the expectations in the relationship? She may be
Gotcha.
like, I don't care anything about that. T-Pain's wife doesn't care anything about the strippers he deals with. Some people are T.I. and Tiny, they have threesomes.
They sure
The
do.
the question is, what are the expectations of the relationship and what boundaries have you set? She's like, I don't care nothing about you dancing with a woman at Carnival. It's Carnival. She might have been a little bit further down the street dancing
That
on
is
some other
correct.
man.
However, what is interesting, you're correct. The tone of the reactions.
Hmm.
Chance the Rapper was scolded by the public, whereas a lot of people are coming to the defense of Keke Palmer. And like you mentioned, she's a mom. She wanted to be sexy. This may have helped her to feel better about herself and, let her be free and independent. I was surprised
Hmm.
by the differences in the tone, and are there some gender differences that come along with how you act in public? Are women more critical of men who do things like that and more forgiving of women who do something similar? Let that
Mm,
marinate. Perhaps.
I don't know. That's a good
Perhaps.
question.
That's a great question. I don't have an answer to that.
I mean, I don't care what Chance the Rapper's doing either. If his wife didn't have an issue with it, I don't have an issue with it. And okay, Keke Palmer is a mother, but I'm just think about Carnival. There's plenty of half naked mothers walking down the street
Yep. Yep.
dancing,
Yep.
and
I've been
and
one
and
in
nobody
Miami
ever says
before.
anything about. Okay, nobody
Yeah.
ever says anything about it.
Yeah. But when I went, people were not holding phones and taking pictures.
Or maybe you just didn't see it.
I didn't see it at all. So now let's talk about how people can avoid some of these situations. We've sort of dissected this issue a little bit, gave your opinion and mine, our thoughts about it. Let's talk about, how to create that healthy relationship with some healthy boundaries.
Hmm.
What can the audience members do to avoid something like this? That's the question that I have.
Yeah. The number one thing that you can do is have the conversations up front.
Say that again.
Way before you get pregnant, what are your expectations for my outfits? Is it okay for me to have friendships with single women? Do you need to be friends with them too? How do you feel about me talking to my ex? How close can I be with my co-parent from my previous relationship? Do you want kids in the first place? And am I expected to dress a certain way before and after kids? Are you gonna pay half the bills? Can you have me flowers delivered once a week? Talk about everything.
I agree. Don't shy away with those questions. Now they decided to have the baby before marriage, and I don't know what's going on with the relationship. But I do believe there's a much more of a deeper commitment when you
Mhm.
are married. However, you still got to know what to expect. Homeboy was shocked. He was surprised, and I'm just sitting back thinking he didn't know that she likes to dress like that. He didn't know. He wasn't aware. Did they never have that conversation about how to act, and what does he do when he goes out? And
Right, because nobody's pulling out their phones recording him because we wouldn't know who he was if we crossed him on the street.
you damn right. so,
Somebody be like,
so
"That's Keke Palmer's baby daddy." It is. Now I got to Google and see who. Oh, maybe it is, or maybe it's just another light skinned dude. I wouldn't
yeah,
know.
yeah. So I agree with you 100%. Have those conversations so that you're not surprised. In addition, I like to help couples set up some rules. How are you going to honor your partner? How are you going to protect their feelings when you're out in public? Many times, what I've heard from a lot of couples, when they're out, somebody tries to hit on them.
Mhm.
Although they are married and he let them know that they are married or something like that. The question is, what are you going to do and you have to trust your spouse, and you got to come up with some rules about that and come back home and talk about it, as opposed to not doing anything, sharing your number and hoping that your spouse doesn't find out about it.
Right.
You got to set up those rules about
Mhm.
what you're going to do on the job. I just heard a radio segment about what is it called? Work husbands,
Mhm.
work job wives.
I think you and I have talked about that. This was like years ago, and someone was like, because you have that work husband, work wife, and both of us were like, not me.
Yep, not me.
I don't.
I mean, if you ain't helping out with stuff or cooking or whatever, giving me,
And
then
I'm not telling you about
ain't
what's
my
going on
wife.
in my household.
I don't understand that concept.
I'm not buying you dinner unless my husband knows. I'm not showing up at your party and he doesn't know where I'm headed to. If I do, it's intentional, and we're headed towards divorce.
And perhaps that needs to be part of the rules that you come up with. And like you mentioned, talking with your ex and some other person from your job, and you're going out to dinner or lunch with them,
Mhm.
a lunch, and whether or not you can talk with them over the phone. How about just sharing that information with your partner to avoid these mishaps and these misunderstandings?
And if the rules that your partner sets are too much for you, you may have to determine that
Yep.
they might not be the partner for you. I'm sure somebody doesn't care what you do at all.
Maybe
They
and
just want you to come home and pay bills.
negotiate. You
Mhm.
can negotiate. As some people are very comfortable. I know a lot of the young folks. They're in couples, relationships. Sometimes they're married, and somebody's still going to the clubs, and
Yeah.
they go separately. With their friends.
Mhm.
And somebody goes on a vacation without their spouse. You got to talk about some rules.
And when I'm on vacation, don't contact me. I get to do whatever I want to do, and when I come home, just say,
Well,
"Hey."
that's something you negotiate with your husband, yeah, your
That
partner.
won't be me. I'm like, FaceTime me. What y'all doing out there? Let me see the beach.
So, what about the roles within a relationship? As I'm familiar now that Kiki is a celebrity,
Yes.
and celebrities, they got to keep their names out there.
Yeah.
They got to stay relevant, whether they're in a movie or TV show or what. And I'm assuming because she is a celebrity, she makes more money, and so
Absolutely.
she brings in the income. And so, in a situation like that, you got to think about your role, and that's her job, because a part of me is believing that whole thing was staged.
Well, and if he had played it right, well, I know about the partners that he is a personal trainer. If he had played it right, Kiki could have been his best advertisement.
Oh,
Look
I
how
see.
great she looks. We
I see.
work out together every day. I did that. I made
She
that.
looked great.
I help her be that way, and that's my woman. But instead, it's the outfit though. You are mom.
Yeah. So I see what you're saying. Yeah, he could have played up on that celebrity, get your
Mhm.
name out there game, and sometimes they do some outrageous stuff, i.e. Will Smith, Jada Smith,
Okay.
some outrageous stuff. But
Right.
I don't know if he can handle her celebrity,
I don't
you
know if you
know,
can either.
and they never talked about what role she's gonna play as the mother of his child and his partner,
Mhm.
and what that's gonna look like. It's easier when there are no celebrities in
Yeah.
the relationship. However, she's not going to get a whole lot of attention if she's going up there on stage wearing a floor length dress,
This
you
is
know,
true.
covered up. Now everybody's talking about Kiki, and I can't remember her since she was in that Leela and the Bee.
Well, Chris Rock had a comedy special called, I think it was called Tambourine, where he was like, sometimes you just gotta be comfortable with playing the tambourine. And her man might just play your tambourine in the back. Support your woman.
I see. Be the support to help the family financially,
Yeah.
because of course she's going to pull it in. Now I don't know if she's ready for that, because she looks like she's ready to fly. you know, she was on that stage looking like, what relationship? What?
But she's an actress, and I mean, in this Usher. And
Yeah.
if Usher came up to me, I'm a dance too, and hand me the mic, I'm a sing too.
Okay.
It was a great. It was not just a way to promote herself, but it was a great experience. Like, happy
Yep.
birthday! That
Yep.
would be like such a memorable birthday.
and she showed off that magnificent body,
Mm-hmm.
and all that was great. I'm just pointing out her partner's reaction and how that shows some cracks in that
Yeah,
relationship.
definitely.
And of course, boundaries are important, and how you're going to honor your partner and what role you're going to play. Because if he's going to stick in there with her, and she's a celebrity and she's going to grow her business as a celebrity, then he might have to get used to some of these things.
I saw somebody post and something that was to the effect of, "I know you ain't in Kiki's house telling Kiki how to dress, and spend Kiki's money. Like, she has all her own stuff."
Yeah,
And
she seems to be free spirited
mm-hmm,
and likes to have fun.
mm-hmm.
From the videos that I pulled up, she seems like a party girl, and I mean that in a nice way. I'm not being sarcastic. And he doesn't seem like a party guy to me.
I mean, he might be, but we wouldn't know because, like I said, nobody's pulling out their phone checking for Darius.
Yeah, but by his post, I'm concluding he's not a party guy. With that, so compatibility
They
is
might not be.
also
Well, and
important.
that's another thing. She wanted to be out with her girls for a birthday, not a man.
I was
So
thinking the same thing. Why didn't she go with her man? Maybe he was at home babysitting. Maybe he was mad. She's at this damn concert, and I don't know what she's wearing, what she's doing, because those photos, she certainly looks single. To your point, she looks single. So those are some of my comments about how to avoid, situations like that.
Mhm.
Communication is important.
Yeah.
Establishing those rules and what you're going to do when your partner's not there, what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. You can negotiate. You can even modify
Yeah.
some of the rules. But I like to tell people, set it up so you're not surprised, because now if you have rules and you agree with it and somebody violates the rules, what does that lead to, Dr. Aisha?
Break up.
Yeah.
Period.
But you and I both know they show up to our couch sometime. And I asked, didn't y'all talk about this before you got married? So you never discussed this. You never talked about how often they do this and whether or not they want to continue doing this, So that's very important. That's my thought about that. I feel sorry for the brother. I really do.
Harrison. You already know I don't agree with you.
I
But
know
okay.
you don't. That's okay. We can still be friends.
He brought this on himself.
He contributed.
But I do hope for her sake that they're able to work it out, that he will let his pride go and delete the tweet. And acknowledge that although he may not have liked the outfit, social media wasn't the best place to, in a good place, period, to say anything like that or to communicate any message to your partner.
I agree. And hopefully Kiki has also learned some lessons. Be you, Kiki. You look great. Have fun. However, there's someone else involved. And he seems to care about her. And you got to come up with some policies or rules about some things. You can still negotiate. At least let them know what you're wearing, so that and she should know him as well. And if he's a little bit emotionally reactive and has the propensity for firing off on social media, then she should have known. Oh, my man's gonna go do this. He's gonna act crazy over the damn Twitter. Perhaps you could have avoided all of that yourself. And I don't know if it has anything to do with the outfit. I'm just part of a different generation, and where you don't show your ass cheeks. I guess that was the part that was really surprising. But people apparently go to award ceremony wearing glitter bathing suits.
It was just ass cheeks.
I know. He pointed that out. So, any final words, Dr. Aisha?
Talk to your partners face to face and on the phone, and keep your business off social media and out the streets.
Absolutely. Why go to social media? Shit's already in trouble.
Right.
Why make it worse? By letting everybody know how you feel And why do something to embarrass your spouse? And she commented on him being a parent. And as you said, she mentioned that she loves her man. Then you need to show it.
Yeah.
Show it when you're in public and when he's not around. And if you know he's not going to like that outfit, you need to at least discuss it with him before your ass goes out there. Because I don't remember anything else about her except her ass.
You gonna remember her ass from now on.
Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's segment, today's show, talking about Keke Palmer, boundary issues, communication, and establishing some rules. And don't air out your grievances on the internet, but know your partner. So you guys have been watching Two Therapists and a Microphone. I am Dr. Harrison Davis.
And I'm Dr. Aisha Dickerson.
Tune in next week, Monday evening at 7 o'clock p.m. And we will see you guys then. Have a great week.
I like that.